So it's all but confirmed that the Premier League will be getting a fifth Champions League spot at a minimum for next season. Now, how does this work? Why is this the case? And why is it pretty much a certainty? Well, for those that don't know, basically at the moment, the Premier League has 4 Champions League spots. All these 4 clubs that finish in the top 4 of the Premier League this season will go through to the league phase of next season's UEFA Champions League automatically. Now, there are some bonus places that are to be handed out to whichever countries get the best performance out of their clubs this season in UEFA's competitions. The Champions League, the Europa League, and also the Conference League. Last season, because of the performance of those clubs, Italy and Germany got a 5th Champions League spot, and it looks pretty much certain that England will get one of those spots. Now, how is this the case? Well, again, these are basically ranked on performance this season. Depending on how clubs do in the Champions League, the UEFA Europa League, and the Conference League, they are awarded points. This coefficient then calculates who has been the best performers. Right now, England are far and away the best performance in the UEFA competitions. We have 5 clubs that are left still across the competitions, which is more than anybody else. Spain has 4, Italy has 3, Germany has 3, and Portugal doesn't have any. And that is the current top 5 performers in the coefficient. So it's looking pretty much certain as though England will actually get that 5th spot. What it would mean, or what it would take for this to actually change, would basically for all of the English clubs to go out in the quarterfinals. So that means that Aston Villa and Arsenal would have to be eliminated from the Champions League. We'd have to have Spurs and Manchester United eliminated from the Europa League, and also Chelsea eliminated from the Conference League. And not only that, we would have to have a situation where all 5 of those clubs lose both the home and the away leg, because for every victory or draw you get in this competition, you get bonus points and you get points. So we need to see all 5 of those crash out with 10 losses between them, home and away. And also on top of that as well, for Italy to usurp England, I mean, in that situation, Spain would almost certainly go above. But Italy, who are in 3rd at the moment, they would have to basically win as many competitions as possible. You'd have to have Inter winning the Champions League, Fiorentina winning the Conference League, and Lazio winning the UEFA League. And the chances of that happening are pretty much 0. I mean, some of them have a chance. People are really rating Inter very highly this season, but I can't really see that happening. So yeah, England pretty much are assured of that 5th spot. And on top of that too, potentially, in theory, it could have more. The Premier League could have up to 7 spots in the Champions League next season. You're probably wondering, how is that the case? How could that happen? Well, I will walk you through how that happens, because there are more than one way to actually qualify for the Champions League. So, if you don't finish in the top 5 positions in this situation, you can qualify for the Champions League through 2 different ways. Now, one of these is actually quite likely in a sense, because both Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United are in the UEFA Europa League. If either of them win that competition and finish outside of the top 5, they will qualify for the Champions League regardless of their position in the Premier League. For reference, at the moment, these 2 sides are down in 13th and 14th, so a top 5 finish at this stage looks incredibly unlikely. On top of that as well, potentially, I mean, this is unlikely, but if either Arsenal or Villa, and in this situation, more likely Villa, because Arsenal currently up in 2nd place, they're going to finish in the top 4, more than likely the top 5. I can't really see them dropping out that much. So it would take Aston Villa to actually qualify for the Champions League by finishing outside of that top 5, which at the moment, they're in 9th place in the Premier League. If they win the Champions League, they would qualify as well. So what it would take, and it's very unlikely, what it would take would be for top 5 clubs to qualify automatically, as we expect. If Spurs or Man United, take your pick, to finish outside of that top 5 and win the Europa League, which could happen, and Villa to win the Champions League and finish outside the top 5. Listen, Villa, you've been great in Europe this season. You really have been. I don't know. I don't see that happening. I mean, they're in the quarterfinals. It's possible, but it's very unlikely. I don't really see that happening, to be honest with you. I think PSG will probably put them out, but they've been doing a fantastic job, like I said, in their first top-table European competition season since the early 80s. So fair play. And of course, they have won it before. Early 80s, they did win it, of course. So, yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments below about this, guys. I mean, I wasn't aware that the Premier League could get 7. I knew we could get 5, but 7 Premier League clubs in the Champions League next season. Too many? Is that taking it too far? Probably. Probably, but that's the way European competition is these days, and that's without even mentioning who would be in the Europa League and the Conference League next season, because there'll be even more spots then. So yeah, your thoughts in the comments below, guys. And much more football analysed and football news, do keep it tuned here to thefootballchronicle.com. Have a fantastic day, guys. See you very soon.